Temple University head coach Matt Rhule. The Owls 1-9 overall, 0-6 in the American Athletic Conference. Temple played this past Saturday against UCF. UCF won the game 39-36. Temple back on the field at home this Saturday against UConn at Lincoln Financial Field. Will be a 7 p.m. Eastern Time start on ESPN. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call this week. If you could take a minute to tie up the game against UCF, and then tell us what you look to see back at home against UConn on Saturday, please.
Obviously, we were disappointed with the result on Saturday. I thought our kids, fought hard and played a heck of a football game. Our hats are off to Coach O'Leary in Central Florida. You can obviously tell that they're further along in their program and they're ready to be to win at that level. And our kids just weren't, unfortunately, at the end. And then, we regroup now and get ready to face a team that has grown into a rival for us in UConn. We've played them over the last 6 or 7 years. And, I think our kids are excited. It's a night game for us, a home game, and it's a chance for us to honor our seniors on the way out who've meant a lot to this program. So with that, we're excited about playing them and Coach Wee's team, and we'll move forward and get ready for a great game Saturday.
We'll take questions for Coach Rhule. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
And we'll hear from Bill Evans with OwlsDaily.com.
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
Bill?
Robbie Anderson, I know he was when he was here in the spring, he was working at defensive back, and then obviously he had the time off, and when he came back, he decided to make that move to the wide receiver. What went into that? Was it just a team need, or did you how much did you like him at defensive back before you made the switch?
I think Robbie was a very good defensive back. He some of the things he still needed to work on, in terms of being physical and tackling those. As you look at his body composition, those aren't necessarily his strength yet. But really, for us, it was just a matter of at that point, John Christopher was playing with a broken bone in his foot. Deion Miller had been out the whole year, and we hadn't moved Clinton Granger yet. Nate Harrison was down. Ramon Deloach went down for the year. Sam Benjamin went down for the year. So it's just more out of necessity of, we really didn't have anybody to play that position. So since we moved him there, he doesn't really rotate. He plays the whole game, both he and Jalen do. So it was really just more our need.
When he was gone, were you in contact with him, or were you just kind of giving him time and space and letting him figure out what he needed to do?
I've been in contact with his mom as I was trying to help her, figure out where he was going to go next. As I tell our kids here, even whether they have to leave the team, they're dismissed from the team, or they graduate, we're here for them till the end of, their days or our days. So, we were going to help Robbie find a place to go, and so I was in constant communication with his mom, trying to help her get tapes out to different schools, when he was going to stay back home, and finally then, when he wanted to come back, I said he was welcome to come back and walk on.
Gotcha. Thanks, Matt.
Sure.
And next we'll move to John Mitchell with Philadelphia Inquirer.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hey, John, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Hey, can you just talk about the importance of, I know you're pretty close to these fifth-year seniors and the seniors here. Can you just talk about the importance of this last home game here?
Yeah, I think for those seniors, a lot of them have been injured and haven't been able to play this season, or haven't been able to play very many games this season. But as a collective group, the ones that have kind of hung in there with us, they've really enabled us to kind of get back to some of the traditions and the ways of doing things that we did. That they were familiar with Coach Golden, and they've remained loyal to the program. And when you have a bunch of young talent like we do, what you need to have some older guys that can show them the way and show them how we do things. And that's really what they've done. Ryan Alderman has taken the Robbie Andersons and the P.J. Walkers under his wing, Chris Coyer, the guys on the offensive line, the guys on defense. So they've meant a lot to us, and we want to go out there and, number one, try to win a game for them, and at the same time, we want to try to get some momentum as we go into the off season and get ready for next year's team.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking on that, because you can almost draw a parallel between your program and UCF. I mean, when O'Leary took over, they were struggling. Can you just talk about that parallel, if you in fact see one there?
Well, I think as we are as coaches or as a program, I think you look at a lot of programs that are at the heights they are right now in college football, and a lot of them had down times, and And what you need is you need a group of kids that buy in, that are going to, just keep doing it that way and persevering, and they're willing to get better every week. And that's one thing I think you can say about our team, is that we've gotten better every week. The biggest parallel we've tried to show, John, is, between us and the 99 Eagles, and Brian Dawkins told our team about that parallel, and, that team won 2 of their last 3 games, and then they're on a high note, and then, became a really good team the next year. And so we've been focused on that, and I think our kids are focused on that, and they'd like to come out here with a win on Saturday to show that they are, in fact, getting better.
And this is my last one for you. Is PJ, you look at the SMU game, you look at this passing game, is he further along than you guys thought he would be when you decided to go with him as a QB?
He's played probably better than I've hoped. I think Marcus, Satterfield's done a great job of calling things to his strength, and really playing to PJ's strengths. And I think PJ has just, anything we've given him, he's attacked it head on. And he came in to watch the film, and I think he felt like he didn't play a very good game on Saturday. And that's what's going to make him a competitor. The fact that he knows he has a lot more room to improve.
Thanks, Matt.
Sure. Thanks, John.
And we'll move on to Joey Johnston with Tampa Tribune.
Yeah, Matt, I think everybody that watched your game with UCF was just captivated with how exciting it was. UCF managed to pull it out again, as they've done a few times this year. You run into a situation where some teams, they just have this magical run and just everything goes right. And could you also speak about what you think about UCF being a factor moving forward with their recruiting location and kind of building off the season they're having now?
Well, I think the first thing is and I said it last week, they're a complete team, and so that's the thing that I respected about them. I mean, obviously, Storm really hurt us in that game on a couple of big plays early, and one receiver goes down, Perryman goes down, someone else steps up, and Bortles, he took over that game, and that's really, when you talk about magical runs and you talk about those things, really what it comes down to is it comes down to 1 or 2 key older players that rally the team and they follow. And I thought P.J. Walker did that for us. With 2 minutes left, he throws the game, go ahead touchdown. And but Blake came back and did it for himself. So I think they have a special group of players that refuse to lose on Saturday. As we move forward, we're looking forward to a great rivalry with them every year. I mean, obviously, we're in 2 different climates, we're in 2 different regions. They have great facilities, great coaches, great recruiting locale, and so do we. And we probably couldn't be more different. So I think it'll be interesting as we see each other in recruiting, and more importantly, as we see each other on the field each year. It should be a great game moving forward.
Thank you.
Sure. Do you have any other questions for Coach Rhule, please? Coach, thanks for your time this week. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
All right, now thank you.
All right, and this Temple Coach Matt Rhule, the Owls facing UConn Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN3.